Hey everyone, Kevin here. What I'd like to do in this video is just to give my viewers and everyone else just a little bit of a warning about the company Yi Technology. My advice would be to not buy from them directly, and this is the best advice I can give at the moment because I've had a lot of problems with them when I've placed an order with them. Now, I'm not going to say don't buy a product from Yi. The Yi 4K is quite a bargain. As far as action cameras goes, you get a lot of features for not a lot of money. And I don't think I'm in a position not to buy a Yi product because I've not actually tested anything yet. So whether the products are good or not, I can't comment on it. But I will say that it is risky ordering from them directly. Now, you may recall that it was about 2 months or so ago that I started doing some videos about the Yi 4K Plus. This is their new action camera that rivals the GoPro 5, and one of the best selling features of it is the fact that it offers 4K recording at 60 frames per second. And it's got a lot of other great features as well. It can take an external microphone, it's got USB Type-C charging, all these other things. It looks like a great product. On March 28th, so 4 days shy of one calendar month, they announced that it was now available. You could order it. And I ordered it directly. Now, when you order it directly, you've got two options. If you're based in the USA, you can order from their official USA-based store. For everyone else in the world, you need to order directly from AliExpress. They've got a Yi official store on AliExpress, and that's where I ordered it from. And the total order cost for me was... The product itself was $311.91, so $311, sorry, and the total order amount was $326.15, right? So it wasn't too bad. They said the delivery would be between 10 days and 14 days, so basically up to 2 weeks. Within, directly after the order, within a few days, I started to get a little bit of a concern because they sent me the tracking code saying it was shipped. And I checked the tracking code already, just curiosity, and the tracking code wasn't working. So I didn't think too much of it. Sometimes, when you order something online, the tracking code doesn't really work at the start, and then it's only until like a day or so later, everything pops up and it says where it's been, etc. And I kind of just left it. A few weeks later, in fact, I'll tell you the exact date. I sent a few messages on the 12th. So this was around the time where it should have actually been already delivered. And I said, can you please confirm the expected delivery item for this camera? I've been unable to track because the delivery code isn't working. I then sent another one, said a few days later, said, can you please send me the correct tracking code? The tracking code says not available. So basically, when I was putting in information into the official website and another third-party website that says it can track this information, it was just coming up that the tracking code it wasn't correct. And on the actual order delivery page, it was still sitting on the part that says the seller has shipped the item, that they hadn't progressed anything. So I didn't hear anything at all. Another week or so went and I started a PayPal dispute because literally no one replied. I'd emailed them through their website. I had sent them a few messages through AliExpress. I had tweeted them and got zero responses. I started a PayPal dispute and hoping that they would reply to my via PayPal, and like a few days or a week has passed, they didn't reply, and that was until today. So today they started sending me messages, and this is where you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they've had problems, maybe they've had a large volume of orders, but their service has been absolutely terrible. So the kind of messages are a little bit mixed up because AliExpress separates them into order messages and conversations. Under conversations, I sent one on the 19th of April saying, why is no one responding to me? The tracking code is not working. Why is no one replying? They sent one, it was last night, like 25 past 11 at night UK time. It says, thanks for reaching out to us. We apologise for the delay in replying to your message. Please unfreeze. Then open the dispute. Choose not to receive the goods. We will refund you ASAP. Sorry to delay your time. And I said, why is there a delay? Are the goods in transit? Please advise what's going on. Now, when they're talking about freeze, I noticed that after I opened a PayPal dispute, I didn't escalate it. It was just at the period where you can, you talk to the seller. I'd sent lots of updates to the PayPal thing, documenting that the fact they're not replying to anything. And I noticed on AliExpress that they had frozen the order. So they froze the order. I didn't do anything about it. Now, they've sent me a message saying, please unfreeze. I said, I didn't freeze anything. You need to refund me immediately or advise when it will be delivered. They sent a screenshot saying, please unfreeze. But I don't know how the frozen thing, I think when you start a PayPal thing, AliExpress then freeze the order because they realise there's a problem. I can't see anything through my account to unfreeze it. But I was also very, very concerned. The fact is, I keep saying, well, what's happening to the order? Is it being delivered? They refuse to even answer the questions. They're replying as if I'm not even asking a question. And I say, please explain why it's not being delivered. I did not freeze anything. There is no option for me to unfreeze. You need to refund through PayPal. And then I'm saying, listen, you're an incredibly bad company to deal with. And, after all these replies, just say, dear, through AliExpress will be faster. So effectively at this point, they're saying, no, we're not going to refund you through PayPal. Unfreeze it, end the dispute, and then we'll refund you. Now, anyone who has dealt with any scammers on eBay, this is what they do. Well, I won't give you a refund until you end the dispute because they don't want anything on their track record on their account being marked as them being unsafe. So they're telling me, well, end the dispute and then we'll give you the money. The problem being, as you know, if you're through eBay, doing an order through eBay, once you've ended the dispute, PayPal thinks everything's fine and then they can just take my money and run. So I'm not unfreezing anything. I'm not ending the dispute. And I said, listen, I'm not going to play any games. Stop avoiding answering my questions. Stop contacting me through AliExpress and refund the payment through PayPal. Sincerely apologise for causing you any inconvenience. And my last message to them was, I've escalated the claim due to you being unprofessional. I don't know if you can see this here. And they've just put a little sad smiley face. I don't know why. I actually laughed when I saw that. Their actions today, now I realise this isn't, it's not like it's the CEO replying to me. They've obviously got some young person handling orders and things like that. The fact is, this has been like close to a month since they took all the money and it's been out in my account. I don't think they've got the money yet. I think it's been held by AliExpress. I'm not sure about that, but this came out off my credit card a month ago. They haven't updated anything. They sent me an incorrect tracking code and then waited till today, clearly because of the PayPal thing. And they're saying, end the dispute, then we'll pay you. And then, we'll refund the money and we'll, call it quits. And to me, that sounds like ye are a horrendous company to deal with, a very, very bad company to deal with. I've dealt with people like this through eBay before, bad sellers. And, I use PayPal all the time through my website, through buying services, charging people that are right for and things like that. I've got transactions going through PayPal every single day just about. And I've dealt with a lot of people like this through the past, and they will say things like, yeah, we'll refund the money, but just close the dispute, knowing that when you close the dispute, you won't get your money back. So you really do have to stick to your guns and say, well, no. As I said, I don't want to put anyone off from buying the E4K Plus or the E4K or one of their dash cams or their drones, anything like that. I'm not in a position to comment whether something is good or bad. I've not used their products, but I will say I've went through the official website and there has been zero correspondence in a month. The camera should have been delivered a few weeks ago. It now looks like on the website it is saying that instead of saying buy now, it's saying pre-order now. So it must be that there has been a delay, right? The thing is, if they just updated and said, I'm sorry, there's a delay, it might be another few weeks of delivery, I would have had no problem with that. But what they did instead was just made up a fake tracking code. They've sent it to me and, I keep saying, well, what's wrong with it? And they don't reply. And now, because there's a PayPal dispute, they're realising, oh no, what we're going to do. And now they've contacted me and they still refuse to address any problems, any questions that I raised. So if you are going to buy a Yi product, I would wait until it's on sale on Amazon. That's probably what I would do. A lot of you guys will maybe be a little bit hesitant. I've used AliExpress a lot, mainly for cheaper things, kind of sub $30, sub $40 kind of products. I've imported a lot over the years though from not China, mainly Japan in the past, like old gaming systems. Sony PSP when it first came out, I imported a white one, things like that. And I've never had any problems. I really haven't. Maybe I've been quite lucky. If you do, my advice is to order it directly through Amazon. You're going to be safer that way. And, you can deal with Amazon if there's any problems. You might have to wait a little bit longer for it. Failing that, if you are going to go through somewhere like AliExpress, my advice is to do exactly what I did. Make sure you place the order through PayPal, and make sure you're also the payment comes through your credit card. So make your funding source your credit card. And what that means is that if for any reason PayPal wouldn't give you your money back, you can also go back to your credit card company, and they, because it was a transaction, they will support you as well. So you've got kind of like a double guarantee. And failing that, maybe it's best to avoid Yi altogether. Maybe it is. There's a reason why companies like GoPro charge a little bit more and why these companies charge less. Customer service, warranties and things like that. I'm now, at this point now, after this experience, I don't even care about the Yi 4K Plus anymore. I think I'll just save my money and buy the latest GoPro. And I realise, the thing is, I do realise that companies, go through different things with production, things get delayed. That's not a problem. All I'm asking for is when you've spent quite a few $100s on something like this, expect, give me an email saying, sorry, it's going to be late. Can you refund it and order it again? Or we'll give you a free gift, or even just say, listen, it's going to be a few weeks. We'll put it on hold and then we'll deliver it to you as soon as we can. None of that's happened. And there's very, very suspicious of the way that they've acted with me. The fact that they're trying to get me to end the dispute and then they promise that they'll, give me the money back. So any of you guys out there, it's a bit of a long-winded video this, but I just wanted to explain to all you guys out there, because I know there's a lot of you out there who are thinking about ordering the Yi 4K Plus, and through my experience has put me off big time, and I'd be reluctant to order directly from them again. I'm not ruling out, maybe in the future I would maybe order directly from Amazon, but at this point as well, I'm maybe swaying towards it's maybe better to just stick with a good company such as GoPro. And there's a reason why I buy 90% of all the things I buy online from Amazon. You really can't, dispute the fact that Amazon have a fantastic return policy, that, their customer service is amazing, and experiences like this just remind you about that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll leave some information to the, where you can buy it and that if you want it. But at this point, I would say hold back from buying anything from Yi directly. If you get any questions about this, please do leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.